So what do you think about this? Millennials are to blame for skyrocketing rental and home prices because they're willing to pay whatever the older generation charges them. That's an exact quote from a viral article that's calling inflated prices a scam to get younger people to pay for aging adults' luxury retirements.
And here to shed some light on what's driving up prices is Suzanneseini with Innovate Realty. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
What is going on?
Well, that couldn't be further from the truth.
Yeah.
I think, at the end of the day, inventory has been a problem, and it's been a problem for a few years now, and we're continuing to see issues because of it. So if you look at 2020, 2021, we had inventory issues solely because we just didn't have enough. There were so many buyers in the market interested in purchasing, rates were so low. But at this point, now those same people that locked in at that low interest rate, they don't necessarily want to give that up and sell and move. So it's strictly an inventory issue, and it all kind of ties back to that.
Yeah, there's not a lot of movement because where are you going to move, right? How is it going to make sense financially? So how much of an impact do home buyers have on the market?
Home buyers can have an impact, but I think, in order for prices to go down, it's almost as if all buyers would need to stop buying, which is never going to happen, right? There's always going to be life changes and job relocation and things of that nature, that there's always going to be buyers in the market. They can really influence the market like we saw in 2021, where they were driving up prices because we were so inundated with buyers. Homes were going for 100, 200K over asking.
Yeah,
so
there would be like 12 offers on one house, right?
Yeah.
And it's just the highest bidder, whoever had the best deal.
Yeah, and so at this point, I think, as much as we can say values have gone up, and they are still steadily going up, at least we don't have that, right? Yeah. It could be much worse.
And what about for first-time home buyers that are out there? What advice do you have for them?
Yeah, the important thing is they have to do their due diligence up front. There are some great programs out there that, in California specifically, that are offered to help first-time home buyers that a lot of times buyers don't know about. So, for example, there's a shared equity program where the government will actually provide some funds to a first-time home buyer to qualify for the mortgage that they'd like. So it's really just being prepared, talking with your lender, talking with your real estate agent, and making sure that you're educated on the process.
And are those the programs you're suggesting for first-time buyers who are now stuck in this situation where interest rates are so high again?
So the California Dream Program for All is coming back in April. That is an amazing program. In addition to that, you have buy downs. So if interest rates are a little high, you can potentially temporarily buy down that interest rate. So to still get in, have that affordability. And then let's face it, rates are not going to stay here forever.
Right.
I don't think they're going back to 2%, but they are going to come down. And when they do, you can refinance and get a more manageable payment.
Hey, we'll take 4%.
Something, right?
Yeah,
Anything's
not
better than this.
6% right now.
So the National Association of Realtors recently agreed to remove the buyer's fee. So tell us how that impacts everybody.
It's interesting because I think there's a lot of misconceptions on what that means. What it means to real estate in general, and potentially how it could affect a buyer, is a buyer's agent needs a commission. They're working hard, they deserve a commission. Historically, the listing side and the seller has paid for that commission. At this point, they're saying that is no longer just completely set in stone. It is negotiable. It's always been negotiable, but we're offering, I think at this point, there's a little more transparency in the mix that commission is negotiable. It could be paid by the seller. It could also be paid by the buyer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Everything's negotiable.
Everything's negotiable, right? Yeah. Thank you so much. It's really great to have you here, and it's good perspective because it's real. For some folks out there, you want to get in the game, but you're not sure how, and other folks that are in the game and are looking at other properties but don't know if they should sell. So it's good stuff. Thank you.
Awesome. Anytime.